All right, it looks as though we are once again live. Welcome, everybody, to Yankees Live Murica Guns and Freedom Chat, the Never Enough Ammo Opening Act edition. If you've never been here before, today we're just the opening act for Never Enough Ammo. He should be beginning his chat here in about an hour, and we are the filler until then. An hour long little conversation you can come and be involved in, talk with like-minded individuals about common interests, maybe even discuss things you disagree on. I always find the disagreements more fun than the preaching to the choir any day of the week. You don't have to talk to me. You can talk amongst yourselves over there in the live chat. That's what it's there for. But if you want to talk to me, that's what I am here for also. So you can ask me questions. You can suggest topics, whatever you want to do. The only thing I ask is that you put at the Yankee Marshal at the front of it. Begin your questions and comments that are directed to me with at the Yankee Marshal, one L in Marshall, all one word. That helps me see them so that I could possibly answer them. I should be able to answer all of them on an early chat like this because we don't get all that many people in the early chats. But if you've got a question, just in case I get behind, because I do get behind because I'm reading them real time and then I have to answer them and the chat keeps going. So because of the way time works, when you type something, I'm not right there. This is not a live conversation. You're not speaking to my face. So it might take me a while to get to your comment. So be patient. It's amazing how many people don't know how time works. But I will try to get to all the questions. If you've got a question or a comment you want answered immediately, or you just want to donate to the Pets and Vets Fund, or you just want to get an entry into the friend drawing, you can do a super chat. Super chats get answered no matter how much they are, the $2 or $20. I treat them the same and I answer them immediately as possible. If you want to get an entry into the friend drawing, you can do a super chat at $4.99, but that's the only time price matters. You can also get entries into the friend drawing by being a patron member over on patreon.com, a starlet over on Subscribestar, or being a WAP member. The WAP member are those people with the special icons after their name in here in the chat. That's the chat posse, the wild ass posse. They get a free chat every month, and they get those little icons after their name, and they get a friend drawing entry every month for their membership in the channel. And it's the same as like doing a super chat and getting a friend entry to the friend drawing, except for now they also get a little icon after their name to show they're special. Every month we draw a friend of the month. That friend gets to be the friend for the entire month, and they get to spend a gift certificate worth up to $800 retail wherever they choose to spend it. This month's friend is Fish Whisperer, and he has chosen to spend his gift certificate on a Beretta PX4 Storm. Good choice. I highly recommend that. We've had people, you can spend it on anything you want. I've had people pay off dental bills. I've had people buy violins, guitars, whatever you want. If it's legal, it's your money to spend pretty much. Within restrictions, because I have to follow the law about what I can give away and what I can't. So there. That's what he chose. If you want to be the next friend, make sure you get an entry before the end of this month. And then we'll do the drawing on the 4th of next month. Oh, and if anyone's considered being a patron now, usually when you become a patron, it's 2 months until you get your patches. Well, I'm giving it right after the first month now. So if anyone joins in the next 5 days, your patch will go out in like 2 weeks with the rest of the patches. All right. Let me get over here. There's a couple super chats I need to answer real quick. Tails Doll says, approached a couple in the park asking to pet their dog. Scared they saw my gun. I was printing bad. Couple seemed creeped out. I feel awful. Thoughts? I thought it was your gun. You just might be creepy. But, embrace your creepiness. But I wouldn't worry about that. Anybody gets creeped out by seeing a gun and not the way you're acting, that's their problem. I bet you the dog wasn't freaked out. Maybe they're just people who don't like people approaching their dog. A lot of people don't like people approaching their dog. I've never understood that. I don't care. My dog liked to be petted. So why would I deprive them of being petted by something? Mavis used to love it. Mavis would run up to every single person she saw and be like, you need to pet me. You need to pet me. But I've known some pet owners that they'll actually, I've seen people at the dog park with a little sign on their waist pack that says, "Please don't approach my dog. Please don't pet my dog." Things like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're a weirdo. We got a new member, Jean, some weird French name, like the name of some sort of fancy French water or something. Lair Pierre. I don't know how you pronounce that. Got another super chat here I need to get real quick. Glass 3222, haven't seen that name in a while. Since you are not carrying Smith & Wesson any longer, will you sell me your 327 PC Pug Nose? No, I can never be able to get another one of those, so no, I'm not selling it. They're just retired to the wall. I don't really carry the 327 much anymore anyway because it's a little snappy for my wrists, and I can handle it better nowadays that I'm on medication for my arthritis. But that gun is pushing it a little bit. Like, why risk it? Like nowadays, right now, if it's damp weather and stuff like that, sometimes I have to carry my Chiappa because if I had to, if I want to shoot it, and like if I go to the range, I take the Chiappas because it doesn't wear my wrists out as bad. And sometimes when they're the only ones I'm shooting, then I'll carry them. In fact, I just got some grips for my Chiappa to match my car, so which we all know is very important. Let me see. Get over here to the chat. See if there's any questions or comments coming in. Is there a U.S. law that is directly racist? Directly? I doubt it. But there's laws that are definitely steeped and founded in racism. But I'm sure there's still some on the books that are very racist. You just got to find them. There's so many laws on the books still in so many places that they don't even know they exist. Like in my home state of West Virginia, women can't drive cars in bathrobes. It's illegal. You get pulled over in a bathrobe, if you're a woman, you can go to jail. Tails Doll once again said, they were a tired-looking couple with a crying baby and a crazy dog. They stared at me as I walked away. Thought they called the cops. Well, I doubt what would they call the cops on. Maybe you're just creepy, like I said. I've never met you, but the fact that you're here in my chat listening to me means you're probably not quite right. So that might be the issue. It's kind of I would never want to be a member of any club that would have me. It's kind of the reverse of that. You know what I mean? Or it's very similar to that in a way. Is all the ammo you have in the orange cans behind you, or do you have more ammo stashed? No, that's most of the ammo I have is that right there in all those orange cans. But I do have more ammo in other places. Like I've got ammo cans in the house. And I've got some ammo cans in another place. But that's the bulk of my ammo right there. I've got like 2 cans of ammo in the house and a can of ammo somewhere else. But that's the bulk of my ammo right there. But that's quite a bit of ammo, believe it or not. You'd be surprised how much ammo you can fit in those boxes. In fact, some of them are loose ammo. Some of them you open up, it's just full of loose rounds. Like that 45 case right there, it's just chock full of loose rounds where I just bought bulk boxes of 45 of the same and put them in there. Have you ever dealt with Taurus customer service? I'm curious about them. I have dealt with Taurus customer service. The only thing I will say negative about Taurus customer service is that it's a little slow, but you also got to remember you're dealing with customer service in another country. Their customer service is in Brazil. I don't know if they have any major American offices since they're on the same continent. I don't know if they need to have. I'd have to look into that. But so it takes a little more time, like shipping things there. And they're a huge company. You have to remember, they're gigantic. We think of them as a secondary manufacturer here, but they are a worldwide top level manufacturer. So they're very polite. They every time I've ever had to deal with them, they gave the customer the benefit of the doubt, and they took care of the problem. So I've had bad experiences with Smith and Wesson in the past, but never to the level that I'm seeing nowadays. The way they just treat their dealers bad, even. Uh, it's like they're all just run by. It's like they're just run by bean counters now, and that's it. There's no real craftsmen there or any customer service people there. It's like when I had the canted barrel on the one gun, and they wouldn't do anything about it, and I had to fix it myself. Had to reshape the damn thing. But so yeah, so it's the thing with Smith and Wesson's just been cumulative. Their customer service used to be pretty good. Then it got to where it was fair, and then it got to where it was incompetent, and now it's just hostile. So I'm like, don't want anything to do with them. What was I just answering? Where did I get that question? Oh yeah. Because the only thing I can say about Taurus is that they're relatively slow because of how far away they are and how many guns they actually sell. But I've never had a negative experience with them. It's just you have to be willing to wait. Having Kentucky Fried Chicken right now, and I can understand why you like it. Also, I don't understand why I like the extra crispy chicken more than the grilled chicken. Well, I don't like grilled chicken, but I like original recipe better than extra crispy. But I like extra crispy better than grilled. We had fried chicken tonight too, but it's not from KFC or Popeyes. It's deli chicken, which I like occasional, just like deli chicken. It was just they were at Fred Meyer's, and my son was like, "Are we have anything for dinner?" I'm like, "Well, text him and say bring something," and he did. My youngest has been staying down after school every day, so now he gets the errands. Like when we want something picked up, like he got errands from his brother today. He got errands from me because he was driving the truck, of course. So I said, take the truck over to the transmission shop because once we put 500 miles on the transmission, you're supposed to take it over there and let them check all the fluids and everything and make sure it's holding up good, and not that they didn't miss anything. So now that he stays down there and he drives the truck every day, he gets given all the errands, which he doesn't mind. He likes to run errands. He's still at that age where he just likes the freedom of driving and being able to go places and do things. So it makes him feel useful. Tomorrow he has to go interview at the ammo factory down here, the ammo plant, I guess, because he's possibly getting a part-time job down at Minuteman Ammo. Because they need someone, just to like clean up and box orders and stuff like that. And it's just like a part-time gig, but they're so far out here, they can't get anybody who wants to come out here for part-time work. But we live right above the plant. I mean, they're literally at the bottom of my hill. Where am I? I think the reason why some people don't want others petting their dog or approaching their dog is to avoid frivolous lawsuits. If you approach someone's dog and it snaps at you, I don't think you should be able to do anything in court. And now, if they let their dog off the leash and it attacks you, that's another thing. But you approach a leashed dog, and even if you get bit, I think that's your fault. My hometown of Illinois, it was illegal to spit on the sidewalks. Yeah, but that makes sense. Who wants to walk around in your fucking spit? Hate to see you upset looking at all those dang Smith & Wesson guns on your wall. So to help you feel better, you can send them to me. No, I'm not getting rid of them. Aha, I caught Dale Rickety having something in the chat, but now he's acting like he's got nothing unless I'm mistaken again. Wait, what? What did Dale Rickety get? I don't know what's going on. I'm out of the loop. I got a gunsmith to look into that Billy Cohen gun idea. I'll keep you updated. Is the Smith & Wesson 4506 a good gun? Do you own one? I don't own one, but they're fine guns. That whole, I really prefer the earlier Smith & Wesson semi-autos. But both of the runs, what they call the first gen, second gen semi-autos from Smith, they're all good guns, and a lot of them were ahead of their time. I think they would do better now if they were produced in a more modern way nowadays, but they seem to have given up on like aluminum framed or steel framed semi-autos other than 1911s. Where was I? Okay, here's Dale Rickety. LOL. No, I got nothing. What do you mean? Someone said they caught you with something. Lord Morbius says you got something. Happiness is KFC and a warm handgun. I would rather my KFC be warm, and I don't care if my handgun's warm or not. Because unless I've been shooting it, but even then, I want it to cool down as quickly as possible. Oops. All right, let me get back up to where I was. Taurus built a new facility in Bainbridge, Georgia. Recently, shouldn't have to ship overseas anymore. Well, Brazil's not overseas. You can drive there, but it is a long ways away. But that is nice to hear. Any reason that Chiapo Rhino isn't a more regular part of your carry rotation anymore? Yeah, my medication for my arthritis is one reason. But I mean, I still love Chiapas. I mean, I don't in any way dislike a Chiapa Rhino. I just, I got a lot of guns, can't carry everything. And the Chiapas are kind of my go-to when I don't feel like suffering recoil at the range. But when I'm feeling good, I might as well carry the guns that I think are overall better. I mean, I'm never going to say Chiapo Rhino is as well made as a Smith & Wesson. Or as well finished as a Colt, but they're great for when you need that design with that less recoil, and they carry very well too. But when I can carry something different, why not? Let's see, where was I at over here? Jeff Geoff Tim. I met a young bulldog named Mavis today at the GT distributors near Jacksonville, Florida. Your fan base must be expanding, or just Mavis is maybe a common name for a bulldog. I don't know if it is or not, but it seems like it might be. It's a great name for a bulldog. Great name for a bulldog, that's for sure. Armando Garza. I just bought a Dan Wesson Model 15V for $500. Goodbye. Whoops, not goodbye. Goodbye? Question mark. He put a period. So just like he said, goodbye. Serial number 280878. Can't find information. Can you give me some information on it? I doubt it. I don't know how I would be able to give you information on it. I mean, all I can do, same thing you do, is look up Dan Wesson. Serial number was 280878. Oops. Yeah, I don't see anything on specific serial numbers, but yeah, they're definitely nice guns. I mean, I won't say anything. I wouldn't mind having one, but yeah, I don't know about finding anything really on the specifics of a certain gun. You'd have to contact Dan Wesson. And since they're now owned by CZ, I don't even know if all the old records exist or not. You never know what transfers over and what doesn't. I would hope they did. I mean, I'd hope they preserved the history of the company. So that might be what you want to do. Just email them. They've got those contact us, on every webpage of the manufacturers. Just do a contact us and say, I bought this gun. This is the serial number. Send them a picture and say any info on it. And they might send you back info like this was made in this year and in this area and sold in this part of the way. You never know. Tails Doll 4000. Opinions on these guns. Ruger SP101. It's a good solid revolver, but you can do better for the weight and size than just 5 shots. But if you're okay with the 5 shots, good solid gun. Jericho 941. They're nice. In fact, I looked at one at Sporting Systems just the other day. They have like a Jericho and then an IWI that are almost exactly the same guns, like right next to each other. Tang Folio Witness Compact. I don't really have any experience with them. I look at them at SHOT Show every time I go, but I never have bought one, although I keep wanting to buy one. CZ52 Tokarov, don't have one, never have had one. I kind of would like to have one because no, wait, that was an 82. But no, I don't have a Tokarov. So SAR 2000, never had one. Taurus Tracker, I have had one. It was a good gun, other than the fact that the first one I bought, when I took it to the range, the second round I fired from it took the barrel down range with it. But I got it replaced, and then that gun was a good gun. Mac 11, not really any experience with them. They're okay. They're fun, but, do I think highly of them? Not really. Do I think badly of them? Not really. Let's see. Where am I? John Mandrick. My niece and her husband are moving to Vancouver. Any sage advice? Yeah, buy outside the city if you can. Live outside the city. Don't live in the city. Definitely don't live anywhere between the two major interstates if you're in Vancouver, because that's kind of the Vantucky area. Avoid that. Either live out to the east, east of the Vancouver area, of the area between the interstates, which you'll see if you look at a map. It's like Vancouver. A big part of Vancouver is between a V where High-5 and 205 come together. Don't buy anything inside that V. Go up towards the lake above Vancouver, or go out to the east side if you don't want to hear banjos every day and watch people giving themselves haircuts on their front porch and stuff like that. That's my best advice. Let me sit back over here. Heard a rumor that Smith & Wesson customer service has been eaten and replaced by werewolves. It seems like that might be true. Used to be you'd call and you would get you'd get somebody who sounded like a customer service person, or, and then you'd ask a question and they'd be like, let me transfer you to Roy, or somebody, and they would transfer you to somebody that seemed like they'd been in the business a while and knew what you were talking about. And if you said, hey, I need this screw, they would just walk over to the line and grab that screw and put it in an envelope and say, give me your address. And then they'd write it on there. That doesn't happen anymore. Do you think part of the Smith & Wesson issue has to do with them moving to Tennessee? Have they moved the M&P line there or customer service already, so it's new people? I don't know. It's not my problem, to be honest. If you can't move your location without ruining your service, then you should never move your location. Do you have a preference between 308 Winchester and 6.5 Creedmoor? Well, yeah, way more 308 Winchester. I don't even give two shits about 6.5. Not my type of gun. Well, not saying the gun, but getting that, most things you'll get chambered in that, not something I'm big on. If Smith & Wesson's poor customer service continues, are you going to eventually stop purchasing Smith & Wesson altogether, unless it is from the used market like Springfield? I'm not buying any more Smith & Wessons now. In fact, the dealer I go to says that they're not buying any more Smith & Wessons. So I'm not going. Now, if I come across something on the used market like a Night Guard or something, well, yeah, but not new Smith & Wessons. Hell, Smith & Wesson ain't came out with anything new that was worth a shit in a while anyway. The last new thing they tried to shove down our throats was that fucking CSX, and that thing is garbage. Any particular gun law that seems more racist than usual? How about something recent? No, I can't think of anything recent that's race-based. It's more class-based nowadays. Unless you want to say that things that impose, requirements for study or purchasing permits and all other stuff, that can be considered as discriminatory against minorities, because minorities tend to be poor at a higher rate, but it's more class-based now than anything else. Um, what do you think of the new Taurus Raging Hunter in 460 Smith & Wesson? It's got a great review in Handgunner magazine. Well, yeah, any gun can have a great review in Handgunner magazine if they pay for the review in Handgunner magazine. That's how magazines work. Even that's how YouTube channels work. That's how it used to be. That's not how YouTube channels work. YouTube channels used to be opinions from everyday Joes. Now YouTube channels are just gun magazines on video. But the way they work is you buy the ad, you get a good review. You also notice that that same article that you'll see that, oh, this Smith & Wesson is great. You flip 4 more pages into the book and the magazine, there's like full page ads by that company. You buy a full page ad, you can get anything you want reviewed as positively as humanly possible. Someone said BLM is racist against whites. I've never seen anybody from BLM be racist to me, so I don't know why you say that. What is racist? Are you saying about the organization or people that support the movement? And if so, well, yeah, I'm sure some of the people that support the movement are probably racist, just like everybody else. Is it a predominant number of them? Probably not, just like most whites aren't horribly racist. The agency itself is more or less just the organization itself is more or less just a fundraising scheme, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way I feel about all those big organizations. I'm like, they're just all fundraising schemes. If you have spokespeople and organizers and all this shit, you're just in it for the money. It's all one giant Susan B. Cohen complex. They're all in it for the money. Any of those big organizations. Even things like Greenpeace. It's just like, good God, if they could just get the money grabbing element out of it. Where was that over here? I think I've got everything from over here. Yes, I got everything from over there. Where am I on our questions? But I'm interested to see the Taurus 460. I'm not saying it's a bad gun. I'm just saying you can't base things on. I forgot where we were at there for a while. You can't base things on reviews in magazines because, like I said, they're just like gun channels. They praise anything that needs to be praised. The biggest difference between gun mags and YouTube channels, though, is YouTube channels. Any manufacturers that don't play ball with them, they'll slam them. Just for the sake of not playing ball with them, just because negative videos get more views. I can put up a video right now, any positive video, and I've proven this to people in the past. Someone told me, you're just mad at this person because every time you put up a video, it gets 25,000 views and theirs gets 150,000 views. Or no, they said 100,000 views. And I was like, I could get 100,000 views on every video if I wanted to. And they're like, prove it. And I'm like, okay, the video I do tomorrow, I'll get 100,000 views on. So I put up a video that said, Antifa asshole gets what he deserves or something like that. And it was, I just got a video off the internet of some guy slamming some Antifa kid to the ground. And I posted that with commentary. Right now it's sitting at about 800,000 views, and it had 100,000 views the first week. And I said, see, if you want to get views on your video, if that's your only goal, it's easy. Just put hateful stuff, violent stuff, angry stuff, negative stuff. You'll get all the views you want. That's not what I'm here for. But slamming a product, like when I say fuck Smith & Wesson, I know that's going to get twice as many views as a video where I say, wow, they made the best gun ever. I could say Smith & Wesson produces the best gun ever. It'll get half the views. If I say Smith & Wesson produces a piece of shit, that'll get twice as many views because that's what people like to watch. Where am I here? Rich Tom says pistol is $600 retail. If a store makes 20% sold to them for $480, if factory made 40%, they only have about 300 in it. Even if ammo, just replace it. That's what I would say, just for the public service, especially if it's a dealer. I mean, how many of your guns are blowing up? Here's the thing I would say to Smith & Wesson. If they're like, well, if we replaced every gun that blew up, we'd be out of business. I was like, well, then you need to be out of business. if that many guns are blowing up. It's like Keltec. They know that they can make shit guns that fall apart because most of the people who buy them, they don't have enough invested in them to ever worry about getting them fixed. If they break, you just get something else. Also, they know that most of the people that are buying a Keltec aren't going to shoot the gun. So most of the guns are going to sit, going to be fired maybe one magazine and then sit in a drawer for the rest of their lives or in a dashboard of a car. So they know most of them aren't going to get shot. The people who actually buy them and shoot them and then actually want them fixed if they break are going to be such a small number. I remember being told straight to me from one of the people who worked originally for the company, one of the, the beginner guys, that we can replace a gun twice and still have a profit on it. So, I mean, every gun they make, they could replace twice and still have a profit on it. So imagine when the vast majority of them aren't getting shot. The ones that do get shot and break, most of those aren't getting turned in for warranty. And the small number that do, they can just replace them. And usually after you've replaced a gun once or twice, the people who buying it are going to be like, I'm selling this and getting something else. So they haven't lost any money. They make a lot of money that way. Tails Doll 4000 is being very active today and said, would you sell a Rolex for a class 3 full auto? I'm working on being less creepy and socially awkward. Can being creepy while carrying get me in trouble? Nah, not really. There's no law against being creepy. Couldn't get you punched in the mouth. But there's no law against being creepy. Sometimes creepy people are the more interesting people. At least more fun to watch when you're people watching or something. But no, for one, I wouldn't have a Rolex. I mean, if someone gave me a Rolex, but yeah, fuck, I'd have a Rolex. But I would never buy a Rolex. And if someone gave me a very valuable Rolex, I would. Well, unless it was like a sentimental gift, like I could say, well, this belonged to my grandfather, and I'm going to pass it on to my kids. I'd keep it. I definitely wouldn't trade it for a gun because I couldn't care less about full auto. If I wanted a full auto gun, I could make a full auto gun if shit hit the fan. I got several guns I could easily make full auto if shit hit the fan. So it's not like I got to be able to get a full auto in case the society collapses. No. And I don't like where am I going to shoot it? It's not worth it. So, no, I wouldn't trade a Rolex for a full auto, period. If I even kept a Rolex, but I would never buy a Rolex either. My watches are usually genuine Timex, or Disney. I get the Disney watches sometimes, but, I usually nowadays, if I wear a watch, which isn't usually, I don't usually wear a watch because I don't need to know what time it is. Because I'm retired, I don't even usually know what day it is, much less what time it is. I just wear my Apple Watch. I keep wanting to call it an iWatch, but that's not what it's called. It's called Apple Watch, but they threw me with that name. But I know people who love watches, and I understand buying watches. I'm not going to say that's the stupidest thing. No, some people like to collect nice things. Some people collect cars. Some people collect watches. Some people collect Disney porcelains. I don't know who would do that, but I mean, I know some people would say paying, $1,500 for a ceramic Chernobog from Fantasia might be insane, but some of us did it. I don't do it anymore. Can't afford those end guns. Going to pick up a Taurus TX22 tomorrow. Been looking, finally found one. I bought one. I didn't buy it for me. I bought it for can I remember which one it was? Did I mark it on the thing? I didn't mark it over here. But someone who won, was a recipient of some TYM Triple P, I think, wanted one. So I got them that instead of the regular gun because we couldn't get the regular guns at the time. Peter D Says, I knew, Peter D, I knew you were getting that Ruger when you got that 1791. Been carrying my 7-shot for years. I love it, when you getting the Lobo to match it? I don't know if I'll get a Lobo or not. 1791 will serve my needs, I think, for this. And this is kind of a transitional gun. I don't know if I'll stick with it or go to the shorter barrel. So I'd have to figure out whether I'm going to stick to the 4-inch or go down to the 3-inch before I bought a Lobo holster. We're going to see how the 4-inch carries for a while. I prefer to carry the 4-inch. I like the balance of the 4-inch, but the 3-inch is very nice too. And I also have that 8-shot Red Hawk that I would like to carry. That would be a nice one for carry, but it's a shorter barrel too, and a different size holster. So if I was, I got to feel things out first and see which one I like better. Like the ones I buy 1790, the ones I buy a Lobo holster for are the ones I know I'm going to carry it a lot. Like I have Lobo for my 329 PD. I have Lobo for my 327 PD. I have Lobo for my Chiapas. I have Lobo for my Beretta. But if it's things that are just like maybe a transitional gun or something I'm carrying not for a very long time, or if I'm not sure it's going to work out, I'll just get a 1791 or an Azula and carry it for a while. And then if I know I'm going to carry it a lot, I'll get a better holster. But 1791 is my first choice for every holster, every gun I get new to have a beginner holster with. And then Azula is like the second choice. But then if I know it's going to work out, then a Lobo. Because they're not the cheapest. They're not expensive by any means. As far as I remember back in the day when custom leather holsters, for some reason, were super expensive. Nowadays, they're not as expensive because I think there's more competition, but they take a while. Since they're handmade specialty holsters, they take a little while. You didn't know shit. Think like you don't know me. Tails Doll 4000. Are pre-86 full autos a good financial investment? No. Do you think the Supreme Court will repeal the NFA and use amendment? No. Opinion on belly bands? No. And by no on belly bands, I mean, I don't like them. I hate them. I don't think they're a great way of carrying. If you like them, more power to you. But I hope you get one that has retention. Like you see the ones now that have the snap retention, or there's a reason for that because people got tired of sitting down or bending over to stand up and their gun being pushed up out of the holster and falling on the ground out of their shirt. And it's something that happened a lot. It's a big problem with belly band holsters. You see people sit down and then they're like, oh, I got to shove my gun back down into the holster because it's, you see it coming up in their shirt because the holster flexes, and that's not a good thing. It's not all that, doesn't have great retention. So you want to have a strap on there. Let's just say that. I've got one that I keep meaning to try, but I ain't got around to it. Where are we on the chat? Thoughts on the LCRX 22 mag? Local LGS has one, and I'm tempted to get that now and the 92X later. Well, if you want a 22 mag, they're fine. The only thing you be aware of about 22 mag, make sure you go in there and pull the trigger a few times, because I can tell you right now, you're going to be extremely disappointed with the trigger. Because since 22 is a rimfire round, it requires more power to ignite it. It takes a harder smack to make certain that it goes off. So the hammer spring is very stiff. And in a revolver, your trigger weight is in direct relation to your hammer spring. So they have shitty, stiff triggers. So make sure you go try it first before you buy it. Make sure I missed anything over here in the super chats. I have not. I got all those. Would you still recommend the Smith & Wesson revolver? No. I am still wanting to order more of them. Well, you can buy whatever you want, and I'm not going to tell anyone to not buy something. You buy what you like. If what you have is Smith & Wesson, so then be a good pro Second Amendment advocate with your Smith & Wesson. But I'm not buying any more Smith & Wessons while they're being shitty to their customers and not standing behind their product. Because what good is it to own a product of a company? Like I love my Ford, my Mustang. I like Ford. I like Chevy. I like Dodge. I'm not a picky guy. I like different manufacturers. But if any time any of them stopped honoring their warranties, like if tomorrow my Mustang threw a rod and then I called them and said, "Hey, my Mustang just blew up, and it's under warranty. It's been well maintained and blah, blah, blah." And if they said, "Wow, you must have been drag racing it." I was like, "No, I've never drag raced in my life." And they're like, "Yeah, you were drag racing it. So we're not going to fix it." Then I would never, ever buy another Ford ever. And that's basically what Smith and Wesson's doing right now. Rich Tom said, what did he say? Oh, here it is. Years ago, X sent her Sigma in, got SDVE, no charge. Well, they did that there for a while, where if you sent in one of the Sigmas to get it replaced, since they weren't allowed to manufacture them anymore, they just weren't even bothering to make parts or fix them. So they just sent you an SDVE, which I thought was a better gun anyway, far better gun. So that was a win. And that's how you stand behind your product. That's how you take care of your customers. You lose a lawsuit on a gun, you don't just start saying, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to fix them anymore." You replace them with something different and hopefully better, or at least as good. Brian W. said, "Disregard my email I sent. I figured out how to get on the public chat." Well, that's good. I tried to. Were you the one yesterday couldn't get? I tried to tell you how, but I sent you a link to the public one too, I think. But yeah, that's where you need to be, in the public chat. That way I could actually see and hear, or not actually see you, but read your questions and all that other stuff. But no, to answer the other question, I would not recommend a Smith & Wesson product right now. Oops, Tails Doll's at it again here. Tails Doll 4000. I always forget the 4000. How are pre-86 full autos not a good investment? Because why would they be? What is the demand for full autos? There's not really a high demand for them. They've priced themselves to where who wants them? They're at the point now where the only place they can move value wise, since they're unaffordable already, is down. And that's if, a law changes and says, "Hey, now you can have full autos because, the government doesn't have any right to tell you can't make your AR full auto." Well, then they're worthless. They won't be worth the metal they're made out of, because then they're just old guns. So there's really nothing that market could do to go up except just go down, because they're already illegal to make them. So all it would have to happen is something like the Colt Python's perfect example. They start making Colt Pythons again. The old ones aren't worth nearly as much anymore. Same thing with the autos, except it's even worse because they just be old guns, old rifles that you could get a new one from much cheaper. So, and if they ever pass laws that are stricter on semi-autos, they're not going to say, well, the ones that are still there can still be there. They're going to say, "Nope, we're going to take and destroy the ones that exist. And all the ones that are registered now will be taken and destroyed." And then you've got no investment, because the government's going to give you like $500 a piece if they give you anything for them. So not a good investment. No. I would never invest in them. I mean, hell, you never know. They might be worth $1 million each tomorrow, but who's going to buy them? That's the thing. If you had 3 of them and the government passed a law saying, "Hey, we're going to get more strict on them and we're going to destroy most of them," and yours are worth now, and they jump to $1 million a piece, who's going to buy them? Seeing, well, they're already cracking down on them more. If I spend $1 million on one, chances are I'm not going to have it in 3 weeks or a month or whatever. So who's going to pay for it? Bad investment. Have you shot your newer King Cobra much? Mine has gone back to Colt twice with 150 rounds. I haven't put 150 rounds through mine. I've probably put maybe 100. No problems. What problems were you having? You weren't short stroking it like Hickok, were you? I haven't had any problem with mine, but like I said, I've only got about 100 rounds through mine. I haven't put any rounds through the Ruger yet. I did go down and shoot. I I'd say, how many did I shoot? Probably about not quite a whole box of through the other Ruger because I was going to potentially be carrying the 3-inch, but now I got the 4-inch. So I got to go down and shoot a box of rounds through it to make sure it's working. Where did I shoot the 4-inch? I might have shot the 4-inch. Which one did I take down there today and shoot? It was the 4-inch. Yeah, I took the 4-inch down. The day I got it, I took it down there and shot it. So yeah, I have shot it. I was like, I'm losing my marbles. I should always just stick with the first thing I say and not contradict myself because then it makes it look like I'm losing my marbles. But I'm always like second guessing myself. Like, wait, what? I do a lot of shit. Let's see, what did I do? But dumb jit, what problems are you having with it? March of Our Lives is telling Democratic candidates voting for anti-gun legislation isn't enough. You must make assaults on Second A your primary reason for holding office. Well, who cares what vote for anti? Who cares what March for Our Lives says? What are your thoughts on the official announcement that Elon Musk is buying Twitter? The board accepted the offer. My thoughts? I don't give two fucking shits about Elon Musk or Twitter. I wouldn't know either one of them existed if it wasn't from the news feeds on my phone that want to mix shit like that in with real news all the time. Mm-hmm. I tagged you in a post on Instagram. I'll have to check later. Well, I guess I can check on here, can't I? Let me make sure I don't got anything over here I need to check. We got a new member. Tom just jumped in the WAP. Remember, Tom, go in feet first, go slow. Everybody make room for him. You don't want to just jump in too hard. You might suffocate. Where am I? Where am I? I was going to answer that. I was going to look on Instagram, wasn't I? Instagram. Let's see. I'm never sure where to find. It should come under my messages, doesn't it? Like the little like word. This person liked your thing, or that person liked your thing. This person tagged you in a post. Okay, I'm trying to get them to come up here, but they're not popping up. Okay. Milsurp guy. This, I'm trying to look. Bull Armory commented on my post. I'm not seeing anything from you. Okay, I'm down into this week. Maybe it was earlier this week. I am not showing anything because it used to always say this person tagged you in a post. I'm not seeing. Yeah, I got the one here. Sporting Systems mentioned you in a post. So that I know it's still working, but I'm not seeing anything from you. Are you sure you tagged me? Because I'm not seeing anything from Mr. F&H. Helium Comedy Club. I don't remember what your icon looks like over here, so I'm having to read the names. I'm not seeing anything. So, wait, do I see anything over here from you? Nope. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything from you. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Well, that really slowed down the chat, didn't it? Let's see here. Let me go over and see if there's any questions coming on. Both Smith & Wesson and Springfield Armory treat their customers like trash, and I'm tired of it. I will never buy a new gun from either of those companies again. My problem, I don't know what Springfield Armory's customer service is like. I've never really had any heavy experiences with them. The one time I did have an experience with them, I just basically said, never mind, and sold the gun. But yeah. Ended up fixing myself. It was just easier to fix it myself. P's and V. Oh, this is from Practical Bacon. Hold on. P's and fees, got nothing. Just giving money to the doggos. What about the catos? I'm going to give them some of that to the cats too. Although I will have to say, probably 80% of the animal stuff we do is canine related. I mean, I do donate to, like, I do donate to, oh God, what's the name of this charity? It's over on Grand Street in Portland, and it's a cat rescue. I donate to them quite often. Oh, I can't remember their name right now, but that doesn't mean anything. I can't remember my name half the time. So, and from 545 by 39, I'm not going to get through a chat without having to say his name. P and V, he said once again, but still singular. Like he's very fond of just one penis and one vagina. Where am I in the chat here? Where was I on the list? Have any good recommendations for a 44 special for EDC? GP 100, they make a 44 special. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't want to say that and then be wrong. Well, I don't know why I'd be more concerned about being wrong on that than I am on anything else, and I don't seem to have a problem with that on anything else. Revolvers, double action, GP 100, GP 100, 357 mag, 357 mag, 22 long rifle, 357 mag, 44 special right here, and it's bootyful too. Let's see if they have another one other than just the special one. 357 mag, 357 mag. Oh yeah, here's another one, but that's also a special. 10 millimeter, 357 mag. But they make a where was it? Let me go back up, find it. Hold on. Right here. It's got the 4.2 inch barrel. It's in blued. Is that the one? That's the one. That's the Jeff Quinn special one. I wonder if that's available anywhere. I would love to see if that's available because I would like to have that myself. So if anybody's looking for a birthday present for me, that would be an option. Although it's not my birthday till December, but I would still accept it now as an early present. When they first came out, I remember they were nice, but everybody was jacking the price up to twice MSRP. But they make one. You could trade the 329 for a Taurus 444. I probably could, yeah. I mean, switch to one for the other, but I think you're not meaning trade straight for straight. I would hope I could trade straight for straight, but you're saying have a similar gun. That was American Thunder Nipples that said that, by the way, who donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. Got an entry in the friend drawing. I'm looking to see if this gun is available anywhere on the interwebs. These are all out of stock. Nope, it's out of stock everywhere. Surprise, surprise. Because I would like to have it, but at least it looks like it was selling for regular prices there for a while, like $825, $784. That's better. Let's see if they've got any. I know they've got other guns that are 44 special. Let me see if I can search. Can you just search by firearm search? Any type. Well, it's probably going to be a revolver. 44 special. Search. Which is the one I was just looking at? That's the distributor exclusive. That's got a 5-inch barrel, though. They've got a regular one with a 5-inch barrel. Still has the unfluted cylinder, but I don't want a 5-inch barrel. And it's only 5 rounds because it's on the GP 100 frame. Would have to be on the Let's see if we search for any. Ugh, I got to go all the way down here. They make some single action ones in it, of course, as I would figure they would. There's a new model Black Hawk Beasley, and just there's two of them, different ones, different grips, different barrel lengths. One looks like it's the 4 1/4, and one looks like it's the 5 inch. I can't tell exactly by looking at the picture. And then they have a stainless one that looks like it's in the 5 inch. Is it a 5 inch? Let's see. Is it a 4 3/4 barrel length? Yeah, it's the 4 3/4 barrel length. But that's not a bad one. That's a pretty gun. You could carry that. Although I never recommend carrying single action guns. I mean, I don't dissuade people from doing it. Like, you know where you live. Like, if you live out in the woods somewhere and you live out in the country and the only thing you're ever going to have to deal with is maybe a horny bear or something, and you're just going to fire around into the sky the first time and then hopefully not ever have to shoot the animal or whatever. Or I recommend shooting into the ground, not the sky. But then single action, fine. But here's the thing. The only problem with single action is reloading, because they're usually side gate reloads, and that is slow. Now, if you have a single action that's break top that you could just slap a, moon clip back into, then that's a different story. That's fine. You can reload those quick as you can a regular revolver, pretty much. But if it's a loading gate type, yeah, they're too slow to reload. That's the only negative about single actions for carry. Fish Whisperer says, "Sorry, I'm late, Yanks. Any luck getting in touch with Justin?" Yes, he said it is a done deal. He said it's a done deal. He said give him a day or two and they'll be in the mail. And they ship pretty quickly. They ship them, it's like 2-day air. So by the end of the week, you should have it. I got American Thunder Nimbles. I got Fish Whisperer. Doesn't Taurus make a 40 special 44 special too? Let me look at that. Had Taurus changed their website name back to TaurusUSA.com about 15 years ago, when they were first messing big time with websites. They tried to make it TaurusTactical.com, and I was like, that's a little bit of a reach for Taurus. They were trying to phase out Taurus USA and go to Taurus Tactical. I don't think it worked. Oh, good Lord. How do I search? Here we go. Let's search. 44 special. Let's see if I can find anything. Come on, search. It's just sitting there spinning. It's just sitting spinning. I will hopefully get the answer here in a few seconds. Your search found nothing. Well, that's not good. See all revolvers. There's no way to search by caliber or anything here that I can see. That's the thing I hate about Taurus's website. They don't do this very well. Yeah, their website sucks. As far as being able to find shit by caliber or anything like that, it sucks. Yeah, not see anything. That Jeff Quinn would be the best option. I'd like to have that very much. Very much. Where is she? Where am I at? What the fuck is that? That was Baroness VG doing a super sticker. Where's the sticker? I don't see it. Let me see. I'm going to have to go down to the bottom, I guess. Oh, it's a little poop emoji. A little poop with the that one's got his mouth open. If I was made of poop, I wouldn't sit around my mouth open. You'll get poop in your mouth. Let me see. Did I miss some super chats over here from members? I'm panning up. Yes. Well, no, that just says Tom. Welcome to the SVG. Cowgirl Candace used her 20-month membership. How to use a urinal while carrying a thigh holster under a skirt. I usually get weird looks when I do it. Well, I don't know. Really, I guess it depends on how big your penis is. Well, what kind of looks you're going to get. But I don't know. I've never used a thigh holster under a skirt. When I wear, if I'm wearing a skirt, I'm carrying the same way I always carry. So, how much are the Ruger GP100 engraved halos? I think they're like 1160 or something. They're not cheap. I had to put a big, well, I put all of it on the credit card, but that put a ding in the credit card balance because I had it down to zero because I had to put the transmission. I didn't get any guns in the last month or so, and that was one of the reasons was I had to put a new transmission in the truck, which it's the first thing we've had to do to it in what, like 20 years. So I'm not worried about it, but I had to pay that off first, and I got that paid off with this paycheck. So I was able to go buy something because that's what I use the credit card for. Supposedly, it's supposed to be just for guns, but nah. And I'm doing what I'm doing now is I'm using that credit card for my guns, and I got another credit card that I'm putting all the that is specifically for that account that has the TYM triple P. It's not like it's more a debit card than a credit card because it's from that account. And now I've got a card I can use for, don't have to mix things any because, trying to keep things as separate as possible. But now I can actually, if I wanted to, it's a line of credit card based on the account. So if I'm like short in the account, I can still buy the guns for this month's TYM triple P. And as long as I get it paid back by, I think it's 30 calendar days, there's no fees or penalties for that. So that's hopefully going to help me. It's either going to help me or hurt me. I either going to end up with a lot of fees and penalties, or I'll be able to, on the months we're shy, I'll be able to cover the difference and with the card. And then next month, hopefully we'll make up the difference. That's some wishful thinking right there. Well, maybe the economy will improve. The economy has been improving, but I just don't know if it's trickled down to everyday people yet. Of course, the stock market's been collapsing the last week. I don't even want to look at that. Bitcoin, stock market, everything I was invested in, that we're invested in, just whoop. We're a lot poorer this week than we were 2 weeks ago. Oh, it's Never Enough Ammo's live. I forgot it's his day. I wasn't even paying any attention to him. But I got to answer this question here quickly from Patriot in the Dark. Beretta Bobcat versus C Camp and 32 ACP. Thoughts on each in which is better and why? Well, they're two totally different guns, even though they're both small guns. The Bobcat is more of a gun. And it's got, like the flip up barrel and everything. And it's got it's easy to shoot. The C Camp is much smaller, doesn't have anything fancy to it. It's just a much smaller gun, doesn't even really have sights. So it's just completely different. It's smaller. If you want something to put in your pocket, the C Camp all the way. If you're wanting a gun that's just small, but still feels like shooting a real gun, a full-size gun, more like shooting a full-size gun, well, then it's the Beretta all day. Which one do I think is the better gun? Well, it depends on when you're talking about better at what. Better at being a reliable tiny gun and the smallest you can be, definitely the C Camp. Better at being a unique little gun that isn't as small as it can be, but is small and has some cool features, the Beretta. But Never Enough Ammo is live. I think I might have missed a super chat here. Hold on. Eric Smith says, Ruger gang. I've always loved Rugers. I just, always preferred Smith & Wesson, but they've pissed me off to the point of I can't be duplicitous and call them out, but then still continue to give them business. You know what I mean? But I've always liked Ruger. Slapped in Public says, for the pets and the vets. And he got the last word for today. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any more other friend chats over here. because I missed that one. I'm just panning up as far as I can pan to make sure I didn't see any others that I missed. I got the one about from Joe B. And then I got Cowgirl Candace's. So I think I am all caught. Oh, no, wait. What was that one? What was that blue thing? Oh, that was the super sticker of the poop. And then Baron Schutz said, for their 3-month chat, said, for the P's and V's, I was planning on getting the Smith & Wesson E-Series 1911, but you're giving me second thoughts. It is a nice gun. That's for sure. But right now, I'm not doing business with them. I can't tell you whether to do business with them or not, but I'll say I ain't doing business with them until they change their ways. So, all right, there you go. But Never Enough Ammo is live, everybody. So head on over there to Never Enough Ammo's chat. Enjoy another couple hours of pro freedom chat. Well, except for the fascist stuff that some of them support. Other than that, go on over there, have a good time. I will see you all again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. I do appreciate it, especially those of you that support the channel through Patreon. And like I said, remember, if you go become a Patreon member right now, you'll get your patch in a couple of weeks instead of waiting 2 months. Also, like I said, just I guess that's it. That's all I wanted to say. So remember, I just want to remind everyone out there to always carry, even if it's a Smith & Wesson, and stay safe until I see you again. That was a bad exit. I got all